Crabbing season is here, and this year, Fish and Wildlife has a big ask for those heading on the water. Meteorologist Leah Pizzetti with our Environment Northwest team shows us how you can help them track crabs throughout Puget Sound.
July marks the start of an annual tradition.
It's a big week. Yeah.
It's a crazy week.
Yeah.
It's crabbing season. This year, when you survey your hull, you might see something different attached to your catch.
There we go.
Local tribes and Washington's Department of Fish and Wildlife have tagged about 1,400 Dungeness crabs and re-released them in various locations around Puget Sound.
They're plastic tags with information that's printed on the plastic sheath. Then there's a phone number on the tag to report the tag location, date, and capture site.
They noted where they were released and want to know where they're caught to see how little or much they travel underwater.
Some of the assumptions underlying that is that there isn't movement. So we'll set a quota in an area and say this is the amount of crab that we have to catch in this area, but we're not factoring in if crabs are moving out or if they're coming in. And so if that amount that we decide that is the appropriate harvest level, it might be wrong because actually 30% of the crab are moving into the neighboring area.
Don and Caitlin with WDFW say there have been studies on crab movement along the open coast, but the only research they're aware of in Puget Sound was about 20 years ago when the department did a similar tagging process in the early 2000s, so they're now bringing it back.
Now there's more interest, mostly because of these conservation concern areas, but also just to have better understanding of what's happening with the population.
It's important information since some crab populations are healthy, but others, like Hood Canal and the South Sound, have been closed since 2018 with no sign of recovery and no clear answers for why Dungeness crabs are struggling there specifically.
There's plans to do more. In fact, this project seems to be growing a little bit. There's more interest from co-managers to release maybe out on the Strait or in some other area up in the San Juan Islands, because the research questions that we're addressing with these methods is broad scale. So everybody has interest in knowing where crabs are coming and going.
So if you find a crab with this little green tag on it right here, you want to take note of where and when you found it. Even if it's not a crab that you're actually able to keep, they still want to hear from you. Call it in and let them know where you found the crab to help out with this research. For Environment Northwest, I'm meteorologist Leah Pizzetti.